doesn't mean that it has a certain perfection, that it has a certain scale that you measure. That just means for right now it's working. If I'm so hurt emotionally and I need ice cream, well, you know what? That's my plateau for that moment. That's what's helping me survive. That's how I'm working. That's how I'm going up in my levels. So I'm not going to compare it with somebody else. They lost 100 pounds and I didn't. Excuse me. That's just where they are for their stage of development. Maybe I'm somewhere else. I need something else. What is it that makes me be able to keep going, be able to keep working on myself, to be able to keep trying? So I'm looking for that plateau. So it's not a high expectation. It's a realistic plateau. Where am I in balance in this moment where everything's working together? So that brings me then to that state of wholeness at that point. And then I start again. So I've resolved a point or some percentage of whatever issue I was working on. Maybe it's something as little as a relationship issue. I had a Facebook message from my first husband. And I do Twitter, and I put something on about emotional pain or something else, I think it was. And out of the blue, and this is a guy I married when I was 17, sent me a Facebook message that asked me to forgive him. And he was sorry. And to me, that is like a miracle of all miracles. It felt so healing, so loving. And I would, was able to say back, yes, please forgive me, and I wish it could have worked out. But those things don't all happen at once. That was, 30, 40 years of me working on wholeness to get to that level of healing in relationships. Or I blew it with my kids when I was going through addiction. It took me a lot of years to get back to a better level of wholeness with them, to heal those relationships. And it wasn't the same. They're friends now. And the good thing was, I don't have the power differential between the mother and their daughters anymore. We go out and have fun. If I'm going to a party, I want to sit at the kids' table because you know it's going to be fun. So you see, we keep cycling, we keep spiraling, and we do it just a little at a time. Healing has its own rhythm, its own speed. And whatever we are, if we can accept that whatever I am today is good enough for today, that's all you need. If you can be happy with that and quit judging that, and quit trying to make yourself bad or wrong or deficient or a failure. Well, you know what? This point in time, I'm better than I was before. Science of mind, treatment saved me in my alcoholism. That's where I got my healing. I couldn't do it at AA. To me, AA, it works for people, and it's a great thing, and I'm not saying that it's not. It just didn't work for me. I couldn't go and say I'm an alcoholic because to me that's a label and thought creates, and I wasn't going to spend my whole life as an alcoholic. But science of mind and treatment work was one of my solutions. That's one of the things that was successful for me that I kept working for. Looking for the right person to talk to, looking for the right therapist, looking for the support I needed, the help I needed, the connection with Source that gave me the strength to do what I needed to do to get out of it. That's been my mainstay my whole life, and I would give up everyone I know before I'd give up my vertical connection. That's what got me where I am today. So you look at the things that worked. It worked, whether I was an alcoholic and dead drunk, or whether I'm standing here in front of you today manifesting miracles. It works, and that's what you look for. What is it that you do that works? You're depressed, but you love music, and you turn on a song once a day. Maybe it's a depressed song. Don't judge it. It's music. It's reaching out. It's hearing something else. I have a low-grade dysthymia, which is a low-grade depression that kind of goes like this, that was inherited. My whole family has it. And I don't use medication at all. But I learned what to do with my life to make it okay. So you'll find me at like Cool Bean a lot, working on computers or working on different things that I work on, because I don't have to be talking to people, but I need to be around people. That's a livingness that needs to be around me, the voices and the happiness and the sharing and those kind of things. Or I can't do certain things. I can be around alcohol unless I'm really tired. Then I don't put myself into that position. So you see as you come through these things, what you can and can't do. And I don't judge that. I just say I'm allergic to it. Sometimes I'm allergic to people. Okay, no? Now? Ricky?
How many goes?
I'll be back here, I guess, just a moment.
Okay, so I'll just scream.
Connection on it or something.
Huh?
Sandy, just if you could have a drink too.
Oh, thank you, honey.
Let me see if I can play with it while you talk.
You can just use the
Use the other
microphone and
mics.
hold it.
Oh, that's where it is.
This goes over.
Cool. My mom was in the military, so I do know how to scream. But all of these things that you have in your life, quit looking at them as bad. If you have something that you're doing that's maintaining, you've got to maintain so that you can keep on living and functioning in your life before you try to implement the new thing. Because you've got to look for this balance, this plateau that you're looking for. So you don't throw one thing completely out and then you're a basket case and you can't go to work and you can't take care of your baby and you can't cook and you can't do all of these other things. You have to temper it. And I really believe that. I know that not everybody agrees with that. But for example, if to me you're using drugs or you're using alcohol, you're doing that for a reason. There's some kind of pain going on with you, something you don't want to look at, it's a death wish, whatever it is. But what happens if I take that completely away from you and you don't have the help or support? Which is where AA comes in and is so great. It's always there and it's free and you can go somewhere. But if you've been eating ice cream or you've been whatever it is that may not be the healthiest thing for you, keep that until you can function and do it a different way. You don't have to go in and judge everything that's going on in your life. You look at it realistically. These are the facts, but these are the facts that this is how I'm surviving in this moment in time. So what I'm going to do so that I can keep surviving and make changes. You see, it's got to be done together. You don't just do one and this one's still down here, so everything's down here. So you work at that, and this keeps cycling, and it's not going to happen all at once. It just doesn't. That's not how humans are. It's too chaotic. There's too much going on in this world. We're too damaged. We have too much garbage. So we can't throw the garbage all out. It's like we'd probably be basket cases if that happened. We would be so busy clearing and so everything, it would be just a real mess. But look at it as a cycle. Try not to judge yourselves. Let it be okay wherever it is, whatever's going on in your life. Just look at it and go, you know, I haven't been real happy lately. Maybe that has something to do with it, and let me think about it. And you think about it. What could I do instead? Could there be, I don't know, let's use ice cream, that's such an easy one. Okay, I have too much phlegm from ice cream, maybe I can't, lactose intolerant, but I like the texture. Maybe I could go to a fruit juice smoothie. Maybe I could do something to change. See, so you're looking at little increments because that ice cream is serving a purpose. Somehow it works for you and keeps you going. So you look at those kind of things. Let's just back it up a little bit. This isn't a race. This is a journey. And it's about the journey. And we have to learn to love ourselves instead of punishing ourselves. To love ourselves and nurture ourselves. Your child's sick, do you say, get out of bed and go to work? Or do you say, what do you need, honey? And you nurture them and you love them. Well, in many cases, we all have an illness going on. Whatever that is, whether it's physical, whether it's mental, whether it's emotional. So we need to be gentle with ourselves. Tough love comes into that, but it also, you get nurturing love and the mother love and the things that we need that we weren't given. We came out of abusive childhoods. We came out of nightmares. We came out of that. And we have to learn to do, I hear so many parents, I made changes from how my mom and dad were to teach their kids and how they parent and how they take care of the kids.